Hi, Vince Koo here with Invest Success. I'm going to be talking about hard money today. Um, as an investor, how do I use hard money? What kind of questions do I ask? This came up because one of our students asked a question. They're starting to go through the process of interviewing hard money lenders, and they asked, what should I ask my hard money lender? So I'm going to go through how hard money works, and as well as and through an example, as well as the questions that I like to ask a hard money lender. So the first thing I like asking a hard money lender that I'm interviewing to see if I want to work with them is, what are your terms? So a hard money lender will usually tell you, okay, what percent they will lend you based off of what is called the after repair value, or ARV, after repair value. So after repair value is the value of the property. It's a speculatory value based off of comps, based off of the market. What do you think you could sell, or would the value of the property be if after renovations? So let's say you're going to do some renovations on this property. What would the value of it be after that fact? So usually for most hard money lenders, they're going to lend about 70% of the after repair value. Now, something to know about hard money lenders. They usually lend based off of the asset and not necessarily off the person. So since they're taking on more risk, they're going to lend less of the actual value, and they're going to do some higher interest. So we'll talk about that here in a bit. But as an example, and we're here locally in the Denver market, Front Range area, so I'm going to use some numbers kind of based off of that. So let's say for this particular property, I think the value after it's fixed up is going to be $500,000. Okay, so 70% of 500,000, when you do that calculation, is $350,000. Okay, so that is the maximum amount that the hard money lender, this particular hard money lender, is going to lend to you as an investor. So that gets broken into two different parts. So you have purchase and you have renovation. So usually a hard money lender is not going to lend you 100% of the purchase price. They want you to have some skin in the game. And then we're going to talk about renovation here in a bit too. So purchase price. Some hard money lenders, they might lend you 100% if it's a really, really good deal. But for the most part, they'll lend you about, let's say, 90% of the purchase price. So they'll want you to put about 10% down to buy this property. And let's say for this particular property, this example, we're going to say the purchase price that we're going to try to buy it at is $360,000. So 90% of $360,000 is $324,000. So notice that is short of the $350,000 that they could lend me, and it's short 10% of the 360. So 360 minus 324 is $36,000 that I'm going to be short on the purchase. So I'm going to have to come up with that capital myself somewhere. Wherever you get your capital, whatever kind of funding that you have to do your projects, you'll need an additional $36,000 on top of what you're getting from the hard money lender in order to do this deal. And that's for the purchase. Now, let's say for example, the hard money lender, after I ask him the question, how much of the renovation? So they'll lend me the full 100% of the renovation. And let's say for this project, it's a real easy cosmetic fix of $40,000. Okay. Now, they're not going to lend me that full $40,000 because they'll only lend a maximum of $350,000 for this project. So 350 minus the 324 is the remainder of what the hard money lender is going to lend me. So in this case, they're going to lend me $26,000. So notice I'm going to be short on my renovation as well. So I'm going to have to come up with some more capital. 40 minus 26,000 is 14,000 of additional capital that I will need in order to do this project. Okay, so that is a total, if you add those two up, of $50,000 of capital that I will need for the purchase and renovation of this project. So the next question I like to ask the hard money lenders as far as terms go is how many points or origination fee will they charge up front? So points is the same thing as origination fee. And that is a fee that is charged to the investor at the beginning of a project. So when you purchase the property, you're going to get charged some points or origination fee, and that is the fee to the hard money lender in order to do your loan. So typically that could be anywhere from 1% to anywhere up to 4% that we see. So let's say, for example, on this particular loan, this lender is going to charge 1% in points. So 1% of the $350,000 that they're going to loan you is $3,500. Okay. The other part of the terms is interest. Now, investors, when they use hard money, they have to keep in mind that interest for hard money lenders typically is interest only, and it's annualized. So the percentage is based off of the annual. So usually the interest rate, since it is a higher risk loan, we see anywhere from 8 to 15%. For this example, I'm going to use 12%. So 12% of the $350,000 that I'm borrowing, and usually pay these interest-only loans every month. Make monthly payments to the hard money lenders. So if you take the 12% and divide it by 12, that is an additional $3,500 per month that you will need in order to do the project. Now, if you want to take that rate and divide it by 365 to figure out what the daily rate is, so you can figure out exactly how much you're going to pay at the end of when you're done with everything, you can do that. But this is the payment that I would be expecting to make is $3,500 per month. So I'm going to add that into my numbers, as well as the $3,500 and the $50,000 of capital that I was short from the lender, to figure out how much capital I'm going to need in order to finish this project. So if it's a fix and flip, or before you do a refinance, how much money or capital do I need, and will I have enough in order to do this project? So those are calculations that I make. Okay. So now that is terms. The other question that I like to ask hard money lenders is, how is the draw process on your renovation, on my renovation budget that you're going to give me? So in this case, they're going to be giving me $26,000, but I'm coming up with $14,000. So as the project goes, I'm going to start doing some construction, and I'm going to probably bring out of this $14,000, I'm going to be paying for the renovation. But then I'm going to ask for a draw from the hard money lender to be able to access this $26,000. Now when I do that, I want to know what the process is that the hard money lender has. Are they going to ask for inspections? Are they going to send somebody to actually inspect that the work has been done? Are they just going to ask for receipts? Are they going to ask me to fill out a scope of work and be able to tell them how much of the scope of work is done? And how are they going to verify the work that has been done? The easier the process is, the easier it is for me as an investor to be able to keep the money flowing so that I can get my capital back as renovations are going, and saves me on time, so I don't have to pay as much in interest on this particular project. So the ease of the renovation process is a really important part of this relationship. They are providing a service by providing the funds. So what kind of service do they provide with that? And they should be more than happy to be able to say and tell you. But most hard money lenders, when you interview them, they may not talk a whole lot about that process. So you want to make sure you want to ask them, what is your renovation draw process like? So those are questions that I like asking my hard money lender. What are your terms? And what is your draw process? So if you have any other additional questions, and if you need any additional help, feel free to reach out to us at invest-success.com. This is what we do. We mentor and coach. We help people. So please reach out to us. Again, invest-success.com.